From the main series ending because of Kevin Costner's drama, to Taylor Sheridan being forced to announce a new Yellowstone spin-off, these are all the reasons why Kevin Costner ruined Yellowstone. For starters, the series is ending because of all of Costner's drama. Looks like all the behind-the-scenes stuff that was going on was just too much for the production to handle anymore. Instead of trying to solve the situation, they decided to pull the plug instead. If you're a fan of the series, you probably know that this is something that's been going on for months. The rumors of the show coming to an end started circulating in February of 2023. At the time, it felt like there wasn't a lot of truth to the rumor. I mean, Yellowstone was a really popular show, and they wouldn't randomly decide to gut it without a proper final season, right? Well, how naive we were back then. Turns out, the behind-the-scenes drama was a lot worse than anyone had imagined. Much of this was thanks to the man of the hour himself, Kevin Costner. It turns out, he doesn't exactly get along with Taylor Sheridan. There are reports claiming that the two can't stand each other. Yikes! And to make matters worse, it seems that things have gotten so bad that the star has essentially refused to appear for the final few episodes. Can you imagine that? Yellowstone ending without so much as an appearance from John Dutton. Yeah, good luck trying to sell that half-hearted ending. But there's actually a reason behind Kevin not wanting to return. And it's not just the star throwing a hissy fit. But that depends on who you ask. It turns out that there's so much bad blood between the star and the production crew that he's worried they're going to rewrite the final few episodes and give John Dutton a less than pretty death. He may end up getting kicked in the face by a horse and then having mud rubbed all over his corpse or something. At the very least, that's what Kevin is afraid of. And so, he's saying that he's not returning until they can make sure his character gets a decent conclusion. The audacity! The non-stop behind-the-scenes drama caused the show to end in the first place, and now he's got the gall to demand that his character get the ending that he deems fit? It just comes across as super entitled, especially since much of this started because he wouldn't commit to the schedule of the show. When all these rumors first broke out, some suggested that the actor was losing interest in Yellowstone. In fact, he agreed to appear for just 1 week of shooting to cover the entirety of Season 5 Part 2. Imagine that, just 1 week for a bunch of episodes. That may work if Kevin played some random side character we only saw once or twice in each episode, but this is John Dutton we're talking about. How in the world was the production crew able to meet his unbelievable demand? And that's not even considering the other actors, who may also have their own schedules and times that they need to commit to. Costner's lawyer, Marty Singer, said that any rumors pointing fingers at the star and saying that he doesn't want to work on the show are an outright lie. In fact, Kevin is very much looking forward to working on Yellowstone. I guess that explains why the series ended, right? It'd be unfair to put all the blame on Kevin, because it's really just a game of pointing fingers here. But it's Kevin who's been working on his Horizon film, and the star even went out of his way to sign another gig on top of all this. Apparently, this time he's working on a documentary series for the History Channel. Considering all of this, it's kind of hard not to blame him for ruining Yellowstone. Especially because his new project wasn't a small gig either. Just when you thought he'd have a little more time on his hands after filming Horizon, the star revealed that he's got his plate full once again. Turns out, this documentary is going to stretch to a massive 8 episodes. That's pretty much an entire season of a TV show, right? Ironically, it's going to cover the history of the Wild West. Just amazing. And get this, the actor's not only going to star in it, but he's also the executive producer, which means that he'll likely be spending time behind the scenes, helping out with the production and whatnot. To me, it feels like he told the folks over at Yellowstone that he's just about done. Why commit to the show you've been working on for years and return to give fans a satisfying ending when you can just hop on over to a fresh project? preferably one that hasn't been muddied by a whole lot of behind-the-scenes drama and bad blood on set. But if this is the kind of attitude that Kevin goes into a project with, I have a feeling that the folks over at his new gig aren't going to be huge fans of him either. It seems it's not just the people who deal with him in his professional life who are tired of him. It looks like his personal life is taking a bit of a hit too. This is because Costner's wife recently announced that she's divorcing him, and people think this may have been one of the reasons he left Yellowstone. It's tough to say if this had an impact on the final decision to cancel the series, but it really couldn't have helped. And believe me when I say this wasn't just some merry parting of ways between the two either. Nope. Apparently, a source representing Kevin said that the couple has been facing some serious issues. And well, they felt like there was no other solution but to end their relationship once and for all. Kind of like how they ended Yellowstone. It feels like that's Costner's go-to option for a lot of things in life. I know we should give them privacy at this time, but a lot of fans think that because it may have affected the future of Yellowstone, they deserve to know a bit more about what's going on. Though, I've gotta say, the show's future was probably decided long before news about the divorce came out. It's no secret that Taylor Sheridan wasn't happy with Costner's inability to dedicate time to the show, which was affecting production. And he for sure wasn't too keen on working with a star like that. This may have been the reason they decided to end the series. But as a fan, I've gotta say, it feels so terrible that this is how the show ended. Is it wrong for me to think the series is utterly ruined? No matter how well they try to wrap things up in these coming episodes, I just don't think it's going to be satisfying, especially with the fact that Kevin hasn't been confirmed to return just yet. You want to know the worst part about it all? The show could have easily gone for a couple more seasons in the future, if not for all this drama. In fact, Josh Lucas, who plays young John Dutton on the show, thought so. He felt like Taylor Sheridan is pretty talented as a showrunner and can easily take the series in a fresh direction. The guy managed to create an entire Yellowstone verse with all these new spin-offs and prequels. So who's to say he didn't have some spicy ideas coming for the main series? But of course, when your main star is acting out and refusing to show up for work, it's kind of hard to really expand on the series in any meaningful way. It's just a huge bummer. Now, Lucas did mention that he thinks the series can continue, even without Kevin in the picture. He could focus on the other characters the show has to offer. It's not like Yellowstone is running low on them anytime soon. But despite this, it seems that Sheridan has decided to just pull the plug and call it a day for the main series. Part of this may be because the Yellowstone universe is getting another new series, and it's set to star Matthew McConaughey. Looks like Taylor wants to start from scratch, burying all of Yellowstone's drama with its 5th and final season. A new series may actually allow the showrunner to move in a new direction, with no strings attached. And hey, if the main show really is ruined, as so many fans think, it'd be better to just start fresh, instead of trying to keep something that's on its deathbed alive for no reason. So, there you have it. From Taylor Sheridan being forced to announce a new Yellowstone spin-off, to the main series ending because of Kevin Costner's drama, those were all the reasons why Kevin Costner ruined Yellowstone.